Yay.
Here we
That
are.
was still so cool. Like, I feel like so professional and stuff. Like,
Hollywood.
we're so important.
I always forget to mute the phone when we get the extra sound coming in. But here we are again. But before we get into it, this hard-hitting expose, where in the world is Al Bundy? Diving into his lost years. In between, in between high school football star and lethargic shoe salesman. He sang in an a cappella group during the day and hunted international criminals for a certain government abbreviation, which we cannot talk about. And they pulled the plug on letting us do this expose at the 24th hour. So instead, we've got this lovely podcast.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you.
Music
Lovers
Only.
Hey, everybody!
Brr, it's so cold in here. It's cold as ice. It's cold as ice. We are For Music Lovers Only, the podcast. This is episode 98. And we put our backs into it, got our Locs on, and we're going to dive deep.
We can do it.
We
can do it.
We can do it.
I'm Josh, the artist known as JRB5, and with me, as always, is Sontia and Coach. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing good. It's
Chilling.
been an odd night, and I apologize for everything that I do from here forward.
Getting that out of the way right now. It's been a week. It was a busy weekend for me. I went and seen Sontia Saturday. I had to bolt right after her session and get over to the montage, which was freaking insane, man. Eddie Legacy nailed it. Eddie and Marcella, his whole team nailed it. It was a great night. I'm glad I mustered and rallied and went. Kevin did some live art there. It was pretty amazing. We went Sunday to drop off some art out in Kingman.
Ooh.
And then we did a podcast. Well, Coach and I did a podcast because Kevin was feeling like ass and rolled out of bed and messed his face up. And I'm just like, dang, dude. I haven't heard from him today, but yesterday he was feeling better. So hopefully he gets that done because he's got to rock out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
At the Wave, so that's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to try. I don't know if I can do double nights again. I'm getting too old for that. I mean, Friday, I went out for a little bit, and like I said, I didn't do any drinking. I was just out, and I was still hammered dog shit and still recovering from it. Of course, we had the time change. That was always fun.
That was stupid. I hated that. I hated that the whole time.
Yeah, both. I did. I mean, I'm not going to say it didn't affect me, but listening to you guys made me feel better.
Yeah. What's up, Timothy? What's up, Stevie V?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Stevie V, does my audio sound better on this one?
Yeah, like I said, it's always something. It's always something. When you put new things, like I said, we did the Sunday podcast over there, and I had to get a new camera, and the camera was bugging me. It gave the what's that? The wide view, the fisheye effect, which, you know, it was on the fringes. It wasn't on us, but it was still bugging me. And I said, it'll be fine. And then the whole show, I mean, I was just getting distracted looking at it. And so I got to, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do about that because I didn't see any options to make it any better. Sounds good. Sounds good. Good deal.
Sweet.
But this is our third artist out of this little series of our artist dive. We did Scott Weiland, Lenny Kravitz, and then now we're doing Ice Cube. And what a full circle ride it's been, you know, kind of like the wild and crazy with the Scott Weiland, and then the love and the spiritual and emotional with Lenny Kravitz, and then just the in your face, you know, fuck around and find out with the Ice Cube. And yeah, so here we are.
I needed this.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I had a good time. The thing about Ice Cube is I've watched Barbershop so many times that I forgot who Ice Cube was.
Yeah, that he was about it.
Yeah, and then once I started just kind of going through the discography, and like I had to clutch my pearls so many times.
It kind of was the reason I kind of asked about the songs that would that kind of, you know, what how do I word it, that didn't age well. And I don't know if any of his stuff was. I think that was part of the in your face, and just the insanely amount of foul, and you know, I mean, all kinds of stuff that would definitely not fly. But he's still doing it in the albums that he's doing. He's like, I'm Ice Cube, I can do whatever I want. I can call you whatever.
Not cancelable, or don't care if you cancel me. That's what makes him badass, man. He just said straight up what's up on his brain.
Yeah, exactly. And mostly it's a F you. That's pretty much.
Yeah, it's a mix. I mean, I will say he does have, like, you listen to some of his music, but more of his interviews. He is like a pretty intellectual guy. But yeah, but also if you don't like what I said, F you.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. When we first started this, because for Lent, what I'm doing is talking more positively to myself. And one of the things that brings out is, why was I talking to myself negatively? And I felt some type of way kind of about a couple of types of things. And then Ice Cube was like, you know how you should feel about that?
My internal dialogue now is just Cube talking to me, you know. Come on. Well, what was
you shouldn't listen to him in a road rage incident, though, because the reason I listen to happy music most of the time I'm driving is because other drivers, and he's like, you know, take care of your business, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My kids were listening too, and they were just like quiet. They were very, very quiet.
I want to say this right now, and I'll say it to the rest of my days. He does not get the respect he deserves.
Not at all.
Every time you hear people name top 10 lists, he is very seldomly on it. And he was ahead of almost every single curve. Because if you listen to his style when he rapped for NWA, because Eazy-E liked a certain cadence, and like Dr. Dre has this awesome interview where like Ice Cube especially had a completely different rapping style when they first started, and Eazy-E liked this cadence, and that was what you heard in every single NWA song. The way they deliver and the way their beats are is almost identical. And then the first song when Ice Cube leaves them, it's completely different. I mean, 100% flow, because there's literally zero flow in NWA, and I don't mean that bad. I don't like, there's good music in WA, they just don't flow. They do it on this cadence thing.
Like I said, he wrote most of that first album, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he kind of set the tone for gangster rap. So.
He unloads. Yeah. When he raps, he unloads.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is definitely it. Like I said, what else real quick? I got a couple other things here. We got my mom hollered at me last night. It was Monday night. And
were you in trouble?
No. Ringo Starr. He joined Coach with Going Country, and he put out a country album. And he had like Billy Strings on the album, Jack White, got the belt buckle, Larkin and Poe, Jamie Johnson, Alison Krauss, and a few other people on the album. And they were doing like a Ringo Starr and Friends 2-hour special on the TV. So I sat down there and watched it. Mom really wanted me to watch it, so I sat down and watched it with her. And they were doing like Beatles songs but countrified. And that was a little cringy to me. I didn't really get into that.
Ringo just be doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's 84. He does not look 84. I mean, you could tell he was getting winded, and he wasn't out on stage the entire time. I mean, he did a song and then like set out 2 songs and then came back and did a song, and this country album that he just put out, it sounds, you know, borderline gospel. And so, I mean, it's, I don't know, you know, like, I don't know what he's going for. I don't know what it's, I've listened to it today, tried to get into it a little bit, but I just recently tried peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. And just like this, I don't know if I like it. I've tried. I'm still eating them, but I don't know if I like them.
Well, do you like peanut butter M&Ms?
I don't know if I like them. No, I don't.
Do you like regular peanut butter M&Ms?
I love peanut butter M&Ms.
Okay, I was gonna say they are. They are my best tasting, but they're still number 2 because peanut has to be the best M&M, because it's 2 treats in one, and there's very few other small little tiny candies that are literally 2 treats in one.
2 in 1.
Regular peanut at one time if you know how to eat them correctly. So
and then you throw in the jelly, and then it's just like you're doing too much.
Now you just know that jelly's all fake jelly, and that's my problem. And I know the peanut butter is, but fake peanut butter is great. Fake jelly just sounds horrible.
Yeah, we hate it immediately.
We dug into it.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Not even gonna try.
Yeah, we dug into it today to see what flavor it was, and found out it's just like a berry. It's a berry chocolate. So it's not even grape, it's not even jelly. And then after we found that out, I was like, nah, it just tastes like Captain Crunch, you know. I mean, that's what it was giving me. I just didn't realize it. And I'm like, they kind of taste like Captain Crunch, but the berry.
I love Captain Crunch.
I love Captain Crunch too.
I don't like the berry Captain Crunch. I mean, I'm not okay. I don't think it's the same.
No,
the berry Captain Crunch.
I'll just take some regular Captain Crunch. If we're going on just give me Captain Crunch.
I like the Captain Crunch with the berries, but not just the berries.
I was okay with give me peanut butter Captain Crunch over any of them, but
I don't like peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Ooh. Okay.
It's getting difficult in here.
Difficult. Well, let's change the pace a little bit.
Let me know a lot about you.
It's just never been my thing. Like Reese's, like any peanut butter cereal, I can't do it.
Man, you give me a cinnamon or a peanut butter cereal, and I'm good.
Yeah, peanut butter anything almost, except for the peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. But today in music, 1955, Charlie Parker, which we were just talking about him 2-3 episodes ago. We mentioned him with the Kansas list. He was known as the father of modern jazz, but 1955, at the age of 34, dies in New York. Which what I was reading at the time didn't explain how he died, but I would think at 34, he, you know, probably something dubious. I don't know. I mean, thinking of that era, you know, he probably got stabbed or something in a fight, you know. I don't know.
Could have been a mobster shooting, you know.
Yeah. But 1988, Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up, hit number 1 for a 2-week run. And so, but I also heard that that they pulled it off of the YouTube because they didn't want people getting rickrolled. So go watch it and tell me if it's there. 2001, Judy Garland's Over the Rainbow was voted the song of the century. And I don't know how I feel about this. It was a good song, but song of the century?
Like the 20th century.
I could maybe put it up there with like Universal. Like, I don't know, like maybe with it could relate with everybody. So maybe that's why you could say that song could almost not offend anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it could offend rainbows.
Well, but rainbow, I don't know who identifies as a rainbow these days. So I
identify as a rainbow. Thank you. So, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't, like I said, there was so much. There was so much music in that in the 100 years. So it's like, how could you even make that call, and who made this call? You know,
I mean, it's a recognizable song. I mean, if we're just going by popularity, everybody knows it mostly.
Not today.
Is it the most remade song? Is it the most sung song? I mean, that's why I said I would agree with Sontia. It relates from A to Z. It doesn't offend nobody, and everybody knows that song.
Yeah. Well, in the last century, not this century.
Yeah, there's kids that hadn't even seen the damn Wizard of Oz. You know, it's like, how could I don't know. Of course,
Well,
like I said, this
what
was
would
last.
your song be?
Well, that would be hard. That would be a tough one to. But any of these songs off my list today, I mean, I would be better than that one.
I think if
I
you took
say
my
mine
rule
would
out,
be-
offends.
Well, yeah. Not all of them are offensive. Okay, yeah, they are. I don't think he has one. Well, we're gonna get into our list, but one thing, it's funny to me that he is, he started out gangster. It was just bam, and then what he did Friday the movie, and then he got on these kids roles and in the shows and stuff.
Mhm.
Where PG-13 roles, and then he's kind of back into the movies and being himself, and this whole time he's laying down this gutter rap, freaking nasty bees and hoes and words we can't say on the internet. And
that's what I said. He is like, and he would be like what everybody got mad for the first, I guess, sellout. He was the first one that went corporate, but he made corporate gangster, like, because he does that on 3 basketball league. He does all the movies. He does the family movies, but he also does Friday. But even in Friday, he's the good guy. He's the doesn't hardly smoke, whatever. I mean,
well, Boys in the Hood was before Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was his Hollywood
But
debut.
even in Boys in the Hood, he was pretty hardcore. He was the hardest core of the hardest in that movie. He wasn't the dude in the red car driving by.
Yeah.
Right.
I make dough, but don't call me Doughboy.
If you have multiple talents, you might as well utilize them. And most musicians, well, I'm speaking for me, like acting and like poetry and like all sorts of different things, because it's all art.
Well, here's what I'll say. I was going to follow up with, he was a sellout. He sold out every night.
Yeah.
Like every show, every movie, everything he did makes money, and like he left NWA and everybody's like, you're never going to do it. And he made a song literally going after who was the rap culture at that time. Everybody's like, dude, you're going to get killed. And he just kept getting stronger. And he also literally within less than 6 months after that song, that group split up and everybody listened to the words he said minus a couple lyrics,
Yeah.
There's no trees.
Yeah, I like that. One of the things that I was talking to somebody about, I can't remember, is like I don't remember hearing a lot of his songs on the radio, and it's because you can't play them there.
No, he had like, I mean, I can think of maybe 2 or 3 songs in my entire life of his that were on the radio, which is why he doesn't have the commercial success or whatever you want to call it. And it's why even his songs were hard to clean up to even put on the radio.
Yeah, there wouldn't be much left of it.
Yeah. If you start bleeping, that's all it's going to be is one big bleep. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, just going through all of his albums and realizing why he wasn't on the radio is because he's free as. Can we cuss? Like, how is that? Can we
I think we do it quite a fucking bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, he is free as fuck, is what I was saying. I'll try to. I'll keep it. I don't know how many fucks we have.
That's 3 tonight, so I think 2 more, and we're fucked out. God dang it!
Oh no!
We need a fuck counter. Oh, we're screwed. All right, Coach, you got the handy dandy spinner. We haven't.
I got a new one behind me, but it's not set up and not ready, and it's for the other show. It was funny on the other show, so it worked good.
I got a prototype I'm working on, but. Woo! No, you all in trouble.
Let me get my pen so I can mark off all these songs.
Yeah, I had a pretty long list, and I was kind of hoping y'all would get some so I could bump some up, but dang it,
I do think it should be a rule because Cube was my pick. Even if I went, I was going to do a bump it to the right rule, but I was going to use mine because this was my pick, and I shouldn't go first. If somebody should struggle, it should be the person that picked it.
Right.
I don't think any of us are going to struggle, but that's all right. I think we may have some crossovers on this one. I'm going to predict that is the buzzer ready, Coach?
The buzzer's always, well, it's not always ready, but yes, it's ready.
Always ready.
Yeah. I wrote down 12, but we'll see.
I don't got quite that many, but I don't got to worry about it now. So my number 5, and we're going with, like I said, NWA, Straight Outta Compton. That song kind of set the precedence for gangster rap. I know there was, Big Daddy Kane and stuff, but that's all about the same time. But undescribably, undeniably, when NWA came onto the scene, it was this is the formula that gangster rap is following after them. They didn't, they seen the record company seen the money to be made, and so they made that the formula. And this was our introduction to Cube. I think this was his big break. He had, like I said, maybe I think he had a couple different projects before NWA, but nothing that ever got any kind of airplay.
I didn't think that NWA was we could use that.
Well, it's
everything. No, yeah, everything with Cube in it. Come on. It's 1980 and it's everything with the artist in it. No, sorry.
I don't know. For some reason, I felt like the group didn't count. I didn't think it.
Well,
oh yeah,
that's what he wrote. Like I said, my justification for it was that he wrote 90% of the lyrics, if not more. He's not credited for every song in there, but I still think he wrote it. He had his hand in writing it.
After they split up that he wrote it.
I'm not negating you. I'm just saying I could have had more options. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well,
there's only one album and
group stuff. No NWA, but
that's the only good song NWA did.
There's one other one.
My number 4 is Last Wordz, Tupac, Ice-T, and Ice Cube. And this is off of Tupac's album, the 1993 album, Strictly For My. And I remember Yeager had turned me on to this album because I was still, this was my introduction to gangster rap. Was right there was the night. Well, because I didn't really get into NWA till later. So this was probably my introduction to gangster rap. That and Ice-T, whatever that album he had out. Before, right around there, because Yeager was a heathen, so that's where I got all my heathenism from. And like I said, I'd listened to this album 1,000 times since 1993, and I couldn't pick this song out of anything. But with all the talk of the confusion with accidentally saying Ice-T and for Ice Cube and stuff, I just thought it was funny that here they got a song together, and then a little bonus, you got Tupac on there too. So
we still apologize, Ice-T.
We're sorry, Ice-T.
Casey just says random stuff. Coach Cowboy Coach doesn't say those kind of things though.
No. Number 3 is Westside Connection. I haven't got a solo one yet, but this is Westside Connection off of the 2003 album Terrorist Threats, and it's Pimp the System.
Literally probably the last song I listened to before, or the last Cube song I listened to tonight was that song.
Yeah, and like I said, all of the beats and everything of his, it's just phenomenal beats, and then the way he does it, sometimes there's parts of it I don't like. He gets a little, I don't know, I don't know how to put it, a little too cocky. You got to be cocky.
What I like about him. That's what
sometimes it gets a little too much.
No.
But and I think in today's world, we should all be trying to pimp the system instead of bitching about the system. Listen to go out there and make the best of it, and make that money, hustle.
Yeah, I concur.
Number 2, I got my Locs on. I don't have them on right now, but here I got my Locs on. I remember this album coming out, and I think this was an album there was a good lull, a good pause in the albums, and this one was. It had been a while since he had put one out. So I remember going and snagging this album, and there's a couple good ones on there that struck out, but I got my Locs on. After that, I went and bought me a pair of Locs and kept my eyes protected at all times at that point.
Man, these are prescription, and they've always been on a skin mannequin, and I did not realize that. So that was overwhelming.
Are they Locs?
Yeah, no, they're not Locs. Sorry.
Yeah, Locs is a brand, and then they're I don't think they're still really around. I can get them on Amazon for like $8. But yeah, they got the Locs.
I can't see out of sunglasses.
Those were just the ones I put on were the closest to it. I wear regular sunglasses everywhere I go.
Yeah. And then my number one. It's an anomaly. I think this is the only time I've ever seen where after there's been a beef, they've got together. And this one is Let's Get Money Together. This is off the 2024, so this is a pretty recent one, and I think the most recent one on my list. And the album's Man Down, and it's with Be Real. And the very first line is, "It feels good to ball out after you fall out. I want friends, not enemies." Get that money. So
and who all's on it?
Be Real. Him and Cypress Hill were beefing.
Which is one of my favorite songs. I want one on my list. So yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think they had like a little back and forth, 2 or 3 songs back at each other.
Literally one of the best songs he does though is Crushing. I mean, just crushing. Yeah. And Be Real's the only one he actually likes in that song a little bit, just a little bit.
Got baby nuts.
Be Real, like a bitch.
So yeah, that was definitely good. I don't think any other beefs have ended, even have been squashed, and they've done a song together. You know, I mean, Rule's not around anymore.
Actually, covers that, I believe. Who? One of the songs on my list will cover a pretty big beef. The original one that fixes a beef. So
yeah. Okay, I didn't think about that.
Okay, so I will Jeopardy your. No, I don't know. I'll spin again. Are we ready? I'm sorry.
Good list.
Great list.
Coach.
Pass to the right.
He's gonna pass to the right.
Sweet. It's my turn.
Go, Sontia.
I made a little music note.
I made yours prettier than ours.
Well, she's a little bit prettier than us.
Oh, just a little.
This camera shows it. Look at all these sun marks on me, man.
Look at these crow's feet.
Can't really tell. You got the good lighting. The
gray in the beard.
All right. So this was so fun. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. My morning was way better. My coffee was all over the place. I still can't crip walk real good, but I really tried really hard a lot.
I've been watching videos on it, trying to get better.
I keep trying, but I got that knee, and I got to be careful.
Hardened boots.
Yeehaw.
Okay. All right. So I don't really have an order for these, but the one that I want to do first is going to be from the 1993 Lethal Injection album. And this was actually my introduction to Atomic Dog, is his song Bop Gun.
Yeah.
And it came on the radio, and that was the first time I heard anything Atomic Dog at all. And it's 1993. Much by and I was like, what is this? And then Q does his flow. It's a fun song. You could dance to it. And one of the things that I love, even about just old school hip hop, was the sampling, just the songs that were sampled, the old R&B, the old funk. So you got a chance not just to learn more about a new culture and new ideologies, but you also got to learn about the roots of where that came from.
Yeah, it's fun to go back and see where some of them samples came from too, you know.
Oh yeah.
I eat Spangles a lot, and once a week, but I'm always sitting in there eating, and almost every
person
time
I've ever heard say that, by the way.
Eating Spangles once a week?
Yeah.
For the Monday burgers? Do you do the Monday burgers?
No. I go there for lunch, just at work, But anyways, I always hear a sample And I'm like, what? That's where that came from? And, it's some corny 50s, 60s, cheese ball, 50s, 60s rock, usually is what. And I'm like, wow. I said what was the most recent one was The House of Pain. Boom, boom, boom. And then the jump around, the very intro to Jump Around. I can't think of the song, but it's an old 50s, 60s song that they played, It's Spangles.
Okay. So you just go to Spangles and you hear the old songs, and then you think of the new songs.
Yeah, I was like, why are they playing House of Pain? And then it wasn't House of Pain, and I was like, okay, that's where they got it from.
Oh yeah, sampling is it's what people do, but it seemed like it was better back in the day. It seems like it was a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just depending. All right, number 4. I'm just gonna go backwards. Number 4, 1998, The Players Club, We Be Clubbing.
We be clubbing.
We be clubbing. Everybody likes it when a girl shakes something. They do. They enjoy that.
Everybody likes when a girl shakes something.
I have never complained about it. Never once.
Not well. Sometimes there was this one time I was in Kansas City, and there
has been a time when I've seen a girl shake something she shouldn't.
I feel like every girl should shake some, except for this lady that was on the table. And the table was not her size,
sturdy enough for her.
It wasn't her size, and somebody had to catch her. A couple people had to catch her. It was a disaster. She shouldn't have shaken.
No.
Anything
she took something, man. She fell something.
Yeah. We don't want to see you fall. We just need to see you shake. That's the whole thing. But yeah, dance club, fun, summer song. That was one of my favorite songs. I'd wait for it to come on the radio in the summer because it was just like it was the funnest thing. And even when they were playing it at the school dances, which was completely inappropriate, it got everybody on the floor. All right. Number 3. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to one of the picks from one of my Facebook friends. And this is from the 1998 War and Peace albums, Volume 1. Fuck Dying, featuring Korn.
Yep. That was my tentative one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, 2 with Korn that are awesome, man.
Yeah, I remember the first one. I didn't remember this one, and I think it's only the guitar players, Muskie and Head, whoever it was.
Yeah, Korn just played in it. They didn't actually say anything. And you just joined the party, and I could provide the army. Yeah. It was like it just felt like it was just like a lot of Ice Cube songs, especially on the album. What is it? Everything's Corrupt is just straight going to war. Let's fuck some shit up songs, man. Yeah. I love the fact that he has these loud ass protest songs about whatever's going on, and just the whole time. He's never stopped calling for justice and to fight back. Never. Yeah. So that's one thing that I really love about him. And this particular song, I love the rock and roll. And I didn't even know he did a song with Korn, so I was super excited when I saw that.
Yeah, 2. The second one, I can't think of it, and we won't talk about it much right now, but yeah.
That one's in my favorites. But we've talked about like my love with Westside Connection. That's like literally that album, every single song is in my favorites.
Okay.
Awesome song.
Yeah. Sweet.
Awesome pick.
All right. Number 2. This is going to be off of, I really liked War and Peace. I really did. That was a good album. But War and Peace, it's going to be the song that features Dr. Dre and MC Ren, and it's Hello.
I knew we'd get one. I figured we'd had more.
Yeah, I thought we'd have more, but I was excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I found a unique list. Yeah. And then of course it's me and Coach.
Awesome song.
Yeah, it is.
War and Peace, that double disc. Probably I had a 6-track disc changer, and War and Peace went 1-2, and they did not leave 1-2 for probably a 3 or 4 month period because I'm telling you, War and Peace, Westside Connection. There's 3 or 4 Cube CDs that seriously, there's no reason to skip.
Yeah. And just like even the introductions that were on there were just really cool. Oh, and I left my thing. I had a little fun fact, but I lost my little fun fact because I'm tired. And I put it somewhere and I don't know where it is.
You pull off tired well.
Mm-hmm. The last one, let me see. The last one I'm going to do is going to be from the 2004 album Man Down. And it's going to be It's My Ego.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to hit the button. And I was like, you already went, though.
Yeah, I know. That was on my tentative, but that was one that I wanted.
I almost hit it, but we'll talk about it when we get to mine.
Okay. That's it.
That song is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I love the video. I love the intro where he's talking about where'd the love go? It's the struggle. And is this happiness? Fuck no. Like, and I feel that, like, you know, you have to make the best out of what it is, but is it like happiness? Nah, but you got to do the best. You got to do whatever you have to do. You have to believe in yourself. That's the biggest fucking thing. Is you have to believe in who you are, what your principles are, and then you have to, you know, put your foot on a motherfucker that wants to do the challenge, you know.
We're over our you've went over our limit of F words. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to bleep every F word you say from now on because F word limit, sweetheart.
Going on a 10-second delay. And
okay, I'm sorry. I felt some type of way.
There's a fine line. Sounder.
I know, but what about the children?
Yeah, there's a fine line between cocky and confident, and like I said, sometimes, I mean, he crosses it. I mean, it gets to me a little bit, but
he can back it up, though. Yeah, he can back it up.
You gotta go in it with the confidence of Ice Cube, and you gotta go through life like that. You got to. You do it, it'll be easier. You know, just I mean,
dude knocked out Debo.
Huh?
Dude knocked out Debo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He did.
Oh, beep. You got knocked beep out.
You got knocked up. We can't use it because Sontia used them up.
I'm sorry. I used all the F words. I used them. I only used one M and F word, so we probably have a couple more of those.
That's true. We can't say motherfucker a couple more times.
Probably.
I think Cube definitely gave Sam. I think Cube definitely gave Samuel L. Jackson the run for the motherfuckers.
Yeah,
he did.
Who says it more? I mean, I don't know.
Ice Cube.
Saying Ice Cube, I think is better saying it. I don't know.
Yeah, like he says it more. Samuel L. Jackson says it at the most perfect time.
Yeah,
I would say that Cube could say it during an apology and it would make sense. I'm sorry, you motherfucker. You know, you're like, listen, I accept it. I accept it.
Yeah,
I embrace it. I love it.
God, all right, I'm ready. That word too. Now we've used that lift up too. So
yeah, we've got them all out of our system. Here we go. For reals this time.
Well, we only lost one off my list. I was so excited to do this. I listened to Cube in between Horn songs. It's pretty much what I listen to is Horn songs and Ice Cube. You know, right now.
I heard Horn songs.
Sprinkle in some Eminem to make when if I'm not angry enough after Cube, throw in some Eminem.
Yeah.
That was Ice Cube in 1920s.
That makes sense. It works. All right.
Bringing that thing.
So a new number 5 to my list because Hello got replaced. Great song. And that was my makeup song that was actually to disprove that literally No Vaseline was the original diss track. And the only person he was missing off of that was E. And well, E was gone at this point. So Hello was to me the first ever true makeup soundtrack that I can recall of, like just ultimate disses that came together. So my number 5 though is from Westside Connection, King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And that song, if you want to talk about ego or all those things, and I think almost all of my songs fit into the ego we were talking about, but he literally is declaring why he's the king of the hill.
Don't piss him off, man. He'll come at you savage.
Nobody ever after Cypress Hill. I don't recall a lot of disses against Ice Cube, dude.
No.
I'm telling you, he didn't make diss tracks. He made murder tracks.
Yeah. No Vaseline. I mean, that coming out the gate, no Vaseline, hands down. That one smoked all of them, and then
King of the Hill was next, and I love Cypress Hill. Like we grew up, I'm a partaker of that time of the reason you listened to Cypress Hill, and King of the Hill just torched them. You know,
I remember digging in trying to. I can't remember why the beef started. I mean, I think it was, some interview words got probably chopped and screwed, and
somebody said something.
Yeah.
Everybody, they didn't have the internet, but everybody was trying to create beef. Beef has existed since the 1500s, definitely since the 1920s.
Yeah.
But beef done existed before Cube, So my number 4, also Westside Connection, the gangster, the killer, and the dope dealer.
Yep.
Man, like, and I know like nothing in that sounds poetic, but the rest of the song is, and like, I don't know, man, that's just straight rapping. And it's got a bunch of pretty badass dudes on it. So number 3, Everything's Corrupt. I didn't get into till way later on, and we try not to get political on this show. But this song just kills it. And just whatever, I don't care. Arrest the president.
That was a good
I don't care what party you believe in. That song has some relevance to 2004 to 2008 to wherever you want to fit it. However you look at things.
1776, right? I think.
There you go.
But all the way back.
It did point out one guy at the time, but it just talks about why are they above what we are, who we are, just we voted for this guy to be the people of us and all that. So
one thing that I really love about everything is corrupt is how powerful it is. And when I started listening to just the different tracks on it, it almost felt like I get in trouble for listening to it because it's so free. Like it's free speech. It's all the free speech.
So I don't think the reason we ever heard of, I knew almost every Ice Cube CD until probably 2006 or 7 or 8, when you stopped buying CDs and when it wasn't on the radio, and his just didn't get pushed because he kind of attacked everybody.
Was scared to put it on, probably.
Yep. My number 2, and it's been on the list before when we talked about partaking in some other substances, but this song just makes me want to dance. It makes me want to, it talks about everybody, but smoke some weed. Ice Cube from Laugh Now, Cry Later. Man, just a good kind of beat song, but names every single thing that every part of our life, every movie, every whatever is named in that song that talks about a subject. Robert Downey hitting the bong, So, and I actually this is the first time ever I listed my albums with every one, and I have not said other than the Westside Connection one because that's what the album's called. I haven't said my album, so I apologize. But my number 1 new song, it was close to what Sontia picked, but this one's got some of my favorites. It's got Busta, Killa Mike. It's from Man Down, and it's Ego Maniacs.
Yeah.
Man, and if you've been missing some old school Buster, because he's done some songs since like the Busta phase we know to circa 2001, 98, 97, but this is old school Busta. It's the sound, the flow, it's like him trying to compete against Twista Busta. It was I don't know, man. That's my Ego's probably my number 1. If Spotify came out with the number 1 played so far, your number 1 was probably my number 1 played. And this song just made probably top 10 too. So
okay, all right.
Yeah,
I was a little bit of Busta influence in Cube's raps. In one of his raps, I can't remember what song it was, but I was like, that sounds like Busta Rhymes a little bit.
Well, I mean, he definitely doesn't go fast. I mean, he's not a fast rapper. I don't know. It's mainly is the power of the message, and it's F around to find out.
Songs where he does, but no, that's not. He's just a delivery guy. He's not it's not about his flow. It's about delivery.
Yeah. He's gonna tell you something.
One of the songs that kind of I ain't got no haters.
Yeah,
all I got is maids and waiters.
Yep,
that's I'm like, I mean, you had me with I ain't got no haters, but I mean, I'd like to live that, but
I ain't got no haters, just players. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I had a blast with this. I'm glad we got to do this one. It was a good day. I just watched I know I seen that. That was hard for me to see, but that's okay. I would understand that Kevin never did. There's a lot of people that never got into Cube. It didn't make sense if you didn't. But if you listen to him, he's saying words for everybody. He really is. I mean, some of the gangster talk and some of that's hard for some people, but like when he goes after the government, he says words for everybody. You just got to hear them.
Yeah. And I mean, I wasn't even I don't want to say that I didn't get into Ice Cube. That's it. I didn't get into Ice Cube. So I'm really glad that I did this because I missed so much. The songs that were played on the radio weren't necessarily a representation of him at all. They were just what was safe to play. I
looked before we started this and I had 17 Ice Cube songs in my favorites. I now have 27 songs in my favorites list of Ice Cube, which is, with Westside Connection, with everything he's been. And we didn't even talk about the stuff he did with Mount Rush, or what do they call it? God dang it. Had there's a new, it was 2020 or 21, but it was Snoop Dogg, him, god dang it, I can't remember who I had in it, but it was or it had god dang it, Too Short had but it was Mount Rushmore, Mount Gangstmore or something, but it had Ghetto Gutter and a bunch of songs, and it was cool to see all those guys together. I can't remember who the fourth one is. I'll have to look that up because now I feel stupid for saying it. But
no, you're fine. You're fine. It's a lot. Cube did a lot of songs with other people. There was a lot of collaborations that I missed, and it still sounded like straight Cube. It kept that same flow, and he was able to still be Cube, but still everybody else got to be themselves, and then they coagulated and just turned it into a whole thing.
Yeah, made some fire.
It was Mount Westmore, and it's Too Short, E40, Snoop Dogg, and Ice Cube.
Yeah,
did an album called Mount Westmore, and there's some pretty. That's why I said it's crazy. When you dig and you dig and you dig, because nobody would put it out there. He was the first canceled guy, but accidentally. I don't know how to describe it. He just. I don't mean cancel. I just mean he was never pushed, or I don't know how to describe it.
Didn't even need it though. That was the thing. Didn't even need it. Was making money hands over fist.
Yeah. But he was like Will Smith that could actually rap.
Aw.
I'm just joking.
Will Smith can rap.
Yeah. He can. Parents just don't understand.
All right, we got. Next week, episode 98, Drinking Songs, which is 2 days after St. Patrick's Day. So I didn't know if you planned that one, Sontia, because that was your pick. I didn't know. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. Let's do Drinking Songs. I don't know if that was planned.
Isn't it episode 99?
99, yep.
Okay, because I was thinking 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and that was my whole full thought process.
Yeah. So we got St. Patrick's Day and 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Well, I think it worked out perfect. That's what I said. I think it was perfect how it came together, and I think it'll be a fun one. I think I started doing a little bit of, because I had Ice Cube figured out by 6 weeks ago. No. But I did listen to Cube all week, but I started doing some research last week a little bit on some drinking songs, and there's some fun ones. My new outfits will fit a couple of my drinking songs that might make the list.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about some drinking songs, Mindless Vitality. This is this Friday.
It's Friday.
Sontia, Sunny B, and Sunset Motel at the Barleycorns. So go check that out.
It is going to be a hard hitting show.
Yeah.
You're going to get your face melted by all of us, everybody.
That is going to be a struggle because I did commit to something Saturday, and now I will be doing something Friday and Saturday. So
I don't know if I'm going to double up. I got Saturday covered. I'm going to be out with Kevin and
Josh, I'll come pick you up.
Yeah.
Friday. You drive me Saturday.
Drive me crazy. Like I said, we got some new merch, got some new stickers over at the website. I haven't got the hats loaded. I got the hats done up, but Ginny Jack got some.
How much are those? I need one.
Yeah.
How much? I got to figure out how much shipping is going to cost to do it. But I'll probably
like Coach was going to buy one to give to a fan right now.
I think 12 is what I'm going to do plus shipping. So.
Okay.
Okay, that's not.
Try to keep them affordable, but get some generate some fundage. You know, I mean that's what it's all about. We gotta pimp the system.
You gotta pay for these millions of fans, man.
Yeah, we gotta pimp the system. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna pimp everything.
Speaking of Jenny Jack, I got some of her cheesecake brownies.
Yeah.
And the kids were getting ready to fist fight over the last one because they were so good. I was like, quit, you know.
We got red velvet brownies. I'm gonna hit her up for some more stuff. I talked to her when I picked these up. I talked to her, seen what all she can do. She can do a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna probably keep her busy for a little while. Yes, thank you.
Sweet.
I told you shouldn't have given me access to this stuff.
Coach is over there going crazy. Yeah, I got boom. Please subscribe.
Well, listen, we're having a good showing tonight. We have a lot of people partaking, and we appreciate everybody.
Oh yeah, definitely. So saw some new faces, so definitely appreciate you coming and listening to us say "motherfucker" over and over and over
again.
Through it. I mean, until right now, that last motherfucker lost 2 people, Sontia.
Oh man.
We'll be back next Wednesday. And then we got the 100th episode. So yeah, definitely tune in. There will be a playlist. Thank you again, everybody.
All right.
Have a good night.
Kevin, he's commenting a lot. We're gonna have to have him as a guest soon too. Kevin, we'll get you on, buddy.
Sweet.